What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the entire NBA. The league is buzzing, and it's not about a game-winning shot or a blockbuster trade. It's about LeBron James and the explosive claim that multiple players are now blaming him for ruining the league. We're hearing whispers turning into loud accusations that LeBron has created a toxic environment, one that serves only his own image and his desire for control. This is a massive story, so stick with me as we unpack every angle. For 2 decades, LeBron has meticulously built a brand as a leader, a champion, and a role model. He's been the king, the undisputed face of the NBA. But now, according to several insiders, that powerful influence has curdled into something else entirely: fear and frustration. Players, both young and old, are reportedly tired of living in LeBron's world. They feel that his constant involvement in trades, his hand in team decisions, and his personal recruitment efforts have given him a level of power that no single athlete should ever possess. It's a seismic shift in how players are viewing the league's biggest star. Let's get specific. Sources close to several teams are saying that a growing number of younger players are fed up with what they call LeBron's manipulation of the system. Think about it. We've seen it play out time and time again. A coach doesn't mesh with his style? Suddenly, that coach is on the hot seat. The roster isn't built to his exact specifications? Rumors start swirling about trades and acquisitions. The narrative being pushed from inside the league is that LeBron operates less like a player and more like a shadow general manager, pulling strings from behind the curtain. This isn't just about winning, it's about absolute control. The fallout from this is significant. We're hearing that even some of his former teammates feel a sense of betrayal. The sentiment is that if you don't fit perfectly into LeBron's grand plan, or if you don't align with his public narrative, your time on the team is limited. You're disposable. This creates an environment where loyalty is conditional and team chemistry is built on a fragile foundation. Players are reportedly walking on eggshells, afraid to step out of line for fear of being traded or pushed out. The message is clear. It's LeBron's way or the highway. This simmering discontent finally boiled over recently. New reports suggest that several veteran stars, respected names in the league, voiced their frustrations in private meetings. They didn't hold back, claiming that LeBron's leadership style has actively destroyed team chemistry and fundamentally changed the way the NBA operates. They argue that the era of super teams, player empowerment, and constant roster turnover, all things heavily influenced by LeBron's career moves, has damaged the league's competitive balance and the very fabric of what it means to be a team. This isn't just locker room gossip anymore. Prominent sports analysts are calling this the biggest player versus star divide we've seen in years. It's not just about one player's opinion, it's a potential rebellion against the league's most powerful figure. The narrative has always been that players love playing with LeBron, that he makes everyone better. But this emerging counter-narrative suggests that, for many, playing alongside him comes at a steep price, one that many are no longer willing to pay. The league is now split between those who benefit from his influence and those who feel crushed by it. And what about the fans? For years, LeBron has been an almost untouchable figure. But now, with these criticisms coming from within the player community, fans are starting to question everything. They're re-examining his legacy. Is he the greatest of all time, or is his on-court greatness overshadowed by his off-court politicking and control? Social media is on fire with debates. Is his influence a positive force for player empowerment, or has it created a monster that prioritizes individual brands over team success? The conversation has shifted dramatically. Let's look back at the pattern. When LeBron went to Miami, he formed the Big Three and ushered in the modern superteam era. When he returned to Cleveland, he orchestrated the trade for Kevin Love, creating another championship-caliber trio. In Los Angeles, he was instrumental in the push to acquire Anthony Davis. On the surface, these are just moves to win championships. But beneath the surface, A pattern emerges. LeBron's teams are always built in his image, with rosters he personally approves. This level of player control was unprecedented before him. Now, let's play devil's advocate for a moment. Isn't this just what the greatest players do? Don't they demand excellence and use their leverage to build a winning environment? Michael Jordan was notoriously tough on his teammates. Magic Johnson had a say in coaching decisions. The difference, critics argue, is the scale and the public nature of it all. LeBron's moves feel more like corporate takeovers than team building. His influence extends beyond the roster to the front office, the coaching staff, and even the league's media narrative. It's this total, all-encompassing control that has players feeling like pawns in his game. So, where does this leave the NBA? We are at a critical juncture. For 20 years, the league has been defined by the era of LeBron James. He carried the torch from Jordan and Kobe, becoming a global icon. But with this growing wave of criticism from his peers, we have to ask the question that was once unthinkable. Has LeBron James' influence finally gone too far? Has the king's reign become a tyranny? Is his legacy that of a champion who elevated the game, or that of a mastermind who bent it to his will, leaving a trail of frustration and broken team dynamics in his wake? The future of the league might just depend on the answer. This is a story that's still unfolding, and you can bet we'll be following every development. What do you guys think? Is this criticism fair, or is it just the price of greatness? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay on top of all the biggest stories in sports, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.